All right, y'all, welcome to another episode of Music in the Minor League. We're at episode 74 today. To celebrate, we brought back one of our old guests, Grifters Shills, John and Rebecca Stoll. They have a new album that's coming out this Saturday, December 6th. They're going to be doing an album release show at the Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe down in Galveston. It'll be them and Gabe Wooten, who's also a podcast alumnus. Make plans now. Go get some tickets online at the oldquarteracousticcafe.com or just Google search Old Quarter and you'll get there faster. All right, before we start, we'll do some housekeeping stuff. First off, if you like the podcast, please share it with a friend. Get the word out. Help us get some folks in the stands for John and Rebecca's show at the Old Quarter. Again, Gabe Wooten opening up. What else do you want, man? Where do you need to be? This is the one. Come do it. 2, well, we only got one episode left this season. We got it booked, but next season's going to be coming up in January. So if you like the show and you want to be a part of it, if you're one of the bands listening, hit us up, man. We'll make something happen. We got 25 episodes next year, then we'll hit 100 and we'll kind of see where we go from there. Finally, if you want to see Brightwire, well, we got some shows coming up. On December 18th, we'll be at Kojak's Fine Foods out in the Heights here in Houston, Texas. We're playing with Stars and Satellites. That'll be a 7 p.m. start. It's a cool, chill acoustic trio show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then the big one, New Year's Eve, we're doing a full band show over at the Continental Complex, which are going to be over in the Big Top. It's going to be us, Shame on Me, and TV Dolls. We're going to be opening that one up full band. We're stoked. Also coming out of retirement will be Ian. Rebecca didn't want to come out on New Year's Eve, and I don't blame her. So Ian, who's our original bass player, my son, the Guitar Kid meme from the internet, like he's back. He's going to come play bass with us at least for that one night. And then Rebecca will return to duties in 2026 when we play with Grifters and Shills and the Hates over at 1810 Ojamon on January 25th. That's all we got coming up, man. So y'all have a good one. Let's just cut through it. Let's get to the first song. This one's called Queen Anne off their new album Ghost Fleet, which again will be released this Saturday, December 6th. So give it a listen and we'll see you on the other side. Later.
It was a new year for the working man, buying booze from himself at the store he ran, watching rich kids with their shiny cars, living it up on daddy's credit card. He was only 18 in a brand new town. He hung with the hustler who sure got around at the store all day, staying up all night, malt liquor in the alley till the morning light. But they had to be cool, had to keep it down when the boss lady, she came around. She's the head of the roost, the queen of it all, calling the shots, putting folks on the wall. Whatever you do, don't you tell Queen Anne, and she shoots from the hip, won't give you a line. Just a tough old gal from Louisiana, keeping it up till closing time. She saw it all, was the head of the place, watched us pump gas on VHS tape. She was larger than life, there ain't no doubt, selling smokes and tall boys till they ran out. Well, a Vietnam vet was her best friend with his Miller Lite can and a toothy grin. He always came by when the sun went down on a little gas station parking lot, small town. Oh, whatever you do, don't you test Queen Anne. She'll say how it is and put you in line, but she'll help you out whenever she can, or give you a laugh when you're killing time. When you look around, there's no better days than these trailer park memories and cigarette displays. Can't change a thing, but lend me a hand. It's saying a prayer for our dear Queen Anne. She married a drunk, a shell of a man. Her life hadn't gone the way she planned, but she kept it close, wouldn't testify. He had a real bad look in his one good eye. Well, he burned her alive one night in July. She screamed out for help, but no one arrived. He was long gone by the time she was found, where she finally found peace on the trailer park ground. Now the years have passed, we've all grown old, the town's moved on. The booze is all sold, the corner store left high and dry. That son of a bitch had no alibi. Oh, the Vietnam vet said, where's Queen Anne? I broke the news the best I can. Her husband, the drunk, I hate that man. Well, whatever you do, don't forget Queen Anne, she's the best there was. I'll never understand. Think I'll head on south to the Rio Grande and scream at the sky for sweet Queen Anne.
All right, y'all, welcome to another episode of Music in the Minor League. This week we are joined by return guests John and Rebecca Stoll, which make up the band Grifters Shills.
Woo! Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
If you know who we are, you know who Grifters Shills are. If you know good music, you know who Grifters Shills are. If I don't know, man, if you're looking at behind a soundboard now in Houston and Galveston area, chances are you're going to see Grifters Shills.
Grifters and or Shills.
And or. They're doing all sorts of stuff. People videotaping stuff, you know. John's a good person to know because you can kind of like scumbag your way into accreditations, you know. John
confirm.
shoots all this documentary footage. It's like, yeah, I'll push record on the mic and I'll just sit there. And it'll be great. And then you get some credit in a documentary so you know it works out. But they have a new album coming out. You're hearing this on December 3rd. In 3 days, or did y'all real quick? Or did y'all release it? Is it going to be on streaming and stuff on the 6th?
On the 6th.
On the 6th, yeah.
But you're supposed to release albums on Friday. No,
you're supposed to do a lot of things that we didn't do.
We didn't do any of this right.
I think the last album and this one are the first ones we've released that were on Fridays. And so I was just like, I like that date. That date's our anniversary. Or this date, like my kid was born. Like whatever, that's the date we're going to run it because it's significant. But okay, so 3 days from now, you will be able to find the album on your streaming network of choice. And if you like live music, you can show up to the Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe in Galveston, Texas at 8 p.m. That's when doors open, and you'll be able to hear it live. You'll have to sit through a Gabe Wooten set.
On what day?
But on December 6th.
Okay.
Did I say September 6th? No?
No, you did not. I just was making sure.
That is December 6th, 3 days after December 3rd.
She's making sure for the people who aren't good at math. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's a Saturday.
That's right. What I said.
It is.
Yes. Oh, I didn't say what day?
No.
Wow. That explains the conversation leading into it. I get why your current boss.
Look, I'm just trying to help. Don't be a dick.
Nag. So to move away from that, let's talk to someone who doesn't nag. So hi, Rebecca. How are you today?
Hi, I'm so great.
So tell us about what got y'all rolling on the new album, the new Ghost Fleet record, because I think the joke Joel made was that, here we make this loud rock album and then y'all suddenly make this like acoustic ballad album.
Right. We totally switched roles this year. It's weird. Yeah, this album was kind of an afterthought. We had a collection of songs that were 10, 12 years old that we liked them. They just didn't ever fit on another record. And we were walking the dog one afternoon and said, hey, let's put those out on streaming. It'd be fun, be a fun project, kill some time in between, real albums. And as it got going, it started turning into a real album. So it was just supposed to be a demo, but then we ended up with this whole vinyl situation we really love how this one turned out. It's way better than what we were anticipating when we started.
It truly wasn't intentional at all. I mean, our thought was, like she said, put it out on streaming just because we record at home, so we do all our own stuff, so that doesn't cost any money, just time. But our thought was let's put up a couple of mics, really concentrate on quality, capture the guitar just right, do the vocals just right, and just do a minimal because these songs have been sitting in the back of notebooks and the back of the closet forever, but they're good songs. I think they deserve some space, and so let's just do it. It's fine, it's. Maybe we'll make $50 from streaming next year from it, which would be amazing.
50 cents, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably $50. I was like, damn, y'all thinking y'all going to go platinum.
Well, I always I'm optimistic.
Taylor Swift platinum.
Damn.
got
not
that
that good.
optimism.
I mean,
man.
it's pretty good, but
I like that. Like you got, you knew as you started that it was going to maybe change a little bit, and you were open to that.
And we dropped, I think we had originally 9 songs. There was one more than we ended up with.
we did end up dropping. I don't remember which one, but yeah we did.
Yeah, we dropped one, just kind of fell off, didn't fit. But I'm telling you, it was not very long after we got the guitar recorded, and a lot of this was done. This was the springtime for us was extremely busy this year. We had a lot of travel separated. Like would go 4 days and come back home for 2 weeks, and 4 days come back home. And so I was doing a lot of the guitar recording on lunch breaks when the cat was asleep. I'd go check, is it thing gonna meow? I was like, no. I'd sneak upstairs and do a recording. And some days I wouldn't get a take, and it's difficult. Run back to work, try it the next day. Like that's how it was recorded. Because again, it was a demo. It was just like, let's just get these down cleanly. But then we recorded the vocals, and things started feeling like, oh, this feels pretty nice. Mm-hmm. Like in the way that we recorded the guitar, we close mic'd for the 3-to-1 mic roll with cardioid mics, if anybody really cares. But we close mic'd our acoustic archtop. And silenced the room, and so we were able to crank the gain on the mics way up so I could play kind of softly, and so you can really hear like the essence of the guitar. And it's a mess, like the pick guard moves and the neck, you can hear it creak on some songs, so you can really it's very organic. And we started liking it. We started really liking this like very kind of personal feeling, and so we just dove into this acoustic intimate album, did the vocals, and then we're like, well, I think maybe it could stand for some cello.
Yeah, we were saying it needed something, and I think a couple of the songs were like, a cello would sound really good on these, and like, okay, we'll try that, toss that on, and
I wanted to play guitar solos everywhere,
all over it. Yeah,
I wanted to
Sure,
tell Health,
always
so
do.
Health could play on the album, but she was like, "No, man."
yeah.
I know Rebecca hates me. It's
Sorry,
fine. It's
yeah,
fine.
I had to put my foot down
Not
on that.
bitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we called up our friend. I'm sorry if I'm skipping too far ahead, but we called up our friend Maddie, and she said Maddie Herdeman from Mystery Loves Company, and she's a fantastic cello player. We've known her for years. And she said she would love to contribute cello, and she said, "How many tracks?" Just gotta see what talks to you. We gave her some some MP3s that we've been recording, and she came over one day and she had parts worked out for all 8 songs.
Nice.
I don't mean like she knew the keys of the 8 songs. I mean she had like composed parts.
Every single one. I was not expecting that we were going to have cello on every single track on that album, but it's perfection. Like it's what every one of those songs needed.
Yeah, and it's really like the parts she played are her, but we didn't really direct her. She brought those ideas over, and it's like, you're the cello player, you're the expert, go for it. And she would do what she had come up with, and it's like, I'm just so glad I kept my mouth shut and said I don't have ideas, because her ideas were amazing.
Yeah, because like our ideas would be like, can you play like dun-dun, dun-dun,
Can you play what I would play?
Right.
It's like, no, not that. Play what you would play.
Like, I don't know how to speak cello, so I'm not qualified to tell her what to do.
I'm
with
not
it,
fluent in that tongue.
But I got to give her. I mean, she gets all the credit for everything. But like, she did 8 songs. She did the entire thing in one day. And by the end of the day, she was smart about it. She saved her easiest song till the very, very end.
Yeah.
Which was a nice little prize for making it. But I'm sitting there like, she wasn't taking breaks. She was just like, no, let's just keep going. Just chugging that sparkling water and just go.
Hell yeah.
And like, man, it was amazing. Like, I was tired from recording. I can't even imagine how she was.
Oh, I know. And
I
she
love
was
those
great.
times you're like, yeah, man, we could take a break. Like, no, man, let's just keep going.
That's how it was.
She,
Like,
yeah, I thought at
cool.
some point we
I
would
gotta
eat.
pee.
But,
Cool.
It's like when you're driving like a 12-hour drive and you're like, well, you could stop in this town, but the next town's only 3 hours. It's like, why would you stop? Just, it's easier to keep going.
See, I'm not alone in that. But Kim's like, can we stop?
I gotta pee.
I gotta pee.
I mean,
Get
there
a
comes a
shiwi.
point.
We can call it a day.
I got a 50-year-old bladder.
I'm the worst about like, hey, we gonna stop and eat soon? Like, yeah. And then it's
And
just
then
like,
2
well,
hours
that was where
later-
everything of the food was. Oh, we missed it. I guess we'll have to stop at the next town that's 48
2 hours
minutes down the
away.
road.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we missed that one? Damn.
Because we're eating dinner.
This is why we have learned to bring snacks.
You only
Yes.
go forward. You only go forward.
There is
I'm
no
aware.
reverse.
I'm aware. And you do not wait in line. You do not.
Right. But yeah, we kept it straightforward. Her recording session, I think we used 2 mics on her cello. and they were coincident. So the diaphragms are next to each other, but they're aimed at different parts of the cello to capture. And we just used 50-50 on her mics in the mix. We didn't do. We didn't edit, copy paste anything anywhere. Like we had multiple takes of her cello, and we're like, we prefer take 3 on this song or take 2 on that song. We would pick the take, but we didn't comp edit or edit any like that kind of like cut and paste stuff.
That's cool.
And there's imperfections in the album. If you know where to listen, if you listen to it enough, you'll start hearing them. But we like the imperfections. The imperfections they contribute, and it's a real album made by 3 human beings that sat in a room in a house and did it. We didn't touch AI. We didn't obviously we never do autotune. Did I say we didn't touch AI?
Yes.
I'd like to say it again. We didn't touch AI.
So you're saying AI is not a good thing?
Well,
It
I am.
It doesn't feature heavily on our favorites list. I'll say that.
Yeah, right.
So if this was MySpace, it wouldn't be in your top 8.
Right. Exactly. Good old Tom.
But we kept it easy. I mean, it was easy to mix. I mean, we just deconflicted the acoustic guitar frequency-wise, pulled out a little 250 so it wouldn't, hit the vocals. That's really all we did. It was the easiest mix that you can imagine. Mastering was just a matter of just level the songs. And I mean, it was from a technical perspective, which is where my brain goes a lot. It was the easiest thing we've ever done by far. Because the guitar and the vocals and the cello were all done as one contiguous piece. And so it ends up being more of an album.
It's an album. It's not a demo. It's not going to be just a streaming, little throwaway project.
And if you sit there and you listen to it together, there's no tonal differences between the songs. So you're able to follow the story of the entire album. Nothing distracts. Nothing. It was but all of this was an accident.
Wasn't even on purpose.
Yeah.
We certainly weren't going to do vinyl and have a whole shelf full of vinyl records again to store.
It's expensive. It's difficult. Everything's hard.
But I mean, we couldn't not do that once we saw how the songs came together and these were made for vinyl.
Well, and also having, a local vinyl manufacturer is kind of a nice thing to have now.
It is.
They're doing a great job.
Yeah, so it's kind of like we want to keep them around. So it's like, you know what?
610 are good.
Yeah.
Was that who y'all used?
We did not.
They
didn't offer the right
packaging.
They only still do the small packaging.
Yeah, we wanted to do the gatefold. So we went with standard vinyl, who we used on our last one. And they're killer. I mean, they keep to a schedule like nobody's business. And after our first vinyl experience, that's all I look for.
Right? Yeah.
So,
are they going to be here on time?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's traumatizing.
It is. It stays with you.
I just love that y'all's album trauma and ours, despite being 2 different companies, came from the same person.
Oh my God.
I know.
What are the chances?
What are the odds?
It was cool, man. Cool.
Go play the lottery because you're lucky right now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily that I'm blanking on her name, that she was the problem. I think it's just when companies are having issues, she's like the wolf. From
they call her in
fiction. It's just like, we want to hire you to just make people feel important, even though we're pushing their project back.
Right.
It's like, cool.
Say less.
I know.
Yeah.
Plus, so that's good. You got it out. I'm glad you expounded on it, because at first it was not a very good sales pitch. You're like, we have these songs.
Right.
There's these old songs laying around.
And we were just like, we'll do something with them. Things went into the story.
It is how it started. I mean, it's. I mean, that's the honest truth of it.
Yeah, they just never fit anywhere else. They were. They're longer songs. A lot of them. We're kind of known for our 2.5 minute songs, and we've got one on there that's 6. I mean, that's so out of character for us. Nice. And it's very lyric heavy. There's no guitar solos. There's no bass on this record. There's no percussion. It's all just so stripped down. But I really like how it came out. I don't know. From a branding perspective, we probably did a horrible thing because it sounds nothing like what people expect. But
what's going to happen? That's the album everyone's going to love.
No doubt.
Right.
I know.
Right.
People who've never heard them are going to
cellist.
hear that and be like, "Oh my God, I love this."
Leave that.
And then they're
electric
going to
shit at
show
home.
up. And
I
you're
know.
Like, where's this noise?
What's he stomping on? Is he mad?
And I'm just going to say this. I don't think we should think about what your branding perspective is. If the songs are good and, you worked hard on it and you're proud of it and you like it, then put it out there.
Exactly.
Somebody else will.
That's it.
Do it for the sake of the art. Yeah. That was our motivation there.
Well, and I mean, we keep on saying art for the sake of art. I hope that doesn't sound like high and mighty, but like Like it is like we feel in it like safe to create in this way, to really like to create this thing which is truly just an art form. This is like 100% the most honest representation of these songs that we have. Let's put them in the world. The release is over at the Old Quarter, December 6th, which is a Saturday.
Is that a Saturday? Okay,
it's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Yeah.
Make sure.
Make sure that people, when they go 3 days from now, you don't have to count on their fingers.
Right.
Wait, is that from now plus 3 or 3?
Shut up, Elvis.
Oh my God. It's like that advanced math.
Now I don't even know when it is.
But John's our experimental math man, so he'll be able to help us get there.
Right.
You can triangulate.
It's 3 days plus now minus now.
Got it.
Right.
Nailed
But yeah, so we're doing the release at the Old Quarter. And if you're listening to this and if you make it to the show, you'll see what I mean when you get there if you've never been there before. The Old Quarter is and of course Joel and Angela own it, but the family extends wider than the two of them. They're kind of the nexus, but there's a big family and a community that lets artists do art, like really truly create art in the way that the artist wants to create it. That venue and the people that are in it, Chris and Mel and Gabe and Tex and Sam and Kim and Help, everybody is involved in the whole thing. It's music for the sake of music. And so when you see, which is why we're doing the release there, I don't think we would ever do it anywhere else.
Oh, no, that wasn't even a question.
Yeah. I feel super lucky that they're letting us do it there. But it also makes a lot of sense because we're doing something purely for the sake of art itself. We'll do one release show and then that's it. We're moving on. We've got other things very much in the works. But we're moving on from there. But that night, Maddie will play cello with us. We'll be in a trio, and Kim will join us on vocals for one song, and so we get to truly express these songs as they are on the album. They'll probably sound nearly identical to the album, just because we're playing in the exact same instrument. Yeah. It's ridiculous how lucky we all are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have like the coolest clubhouse ever.
It's dumb, man. It's like it's like some sort of dream existence. Like if you stop and think about it, it's like, this is amazing.
So it kind of gets you down off of this will be a one-time thing. I mean, if you don't think like Queen Anne's going to become a stay in your set list,
some definitely will. Yeah.
Like that song, because I mean, Thursday night dart tournament at Union Tavern, people are like, hold up, what's
here come my mom.
Exactly. Like I used to text like this lady I used to work with that was like, I miss these people. Like people are like literally tearing up. Like I was like, okay, that's going to be a keeper.
Oh, no, definitely. That one is one of the motivations for doing the whole record, honestly, because it just felt like such an important story, and it was a song that we'd tossed around for years and never finished. And that was one of the few that was not fully complete when we decided to do this project. And so it spurred us to finish it, which was an intimidating thing to do because that's a lot of story to fit in one song. And I felt like there was like one way to do it right, and I didn't want to screw it up. So it took a while to kind of get that going, so I was afraid of it.
It was one of those instances where your story's too thick. Like you've got like, I can't count how many characters we cut from the story because it was too much.
Yeah.
It was too confusing. It was accurate because it was just this 5 month spray of life in your face for like, all day, every day. But like when you're telling a short story, you have to wrap it up. And
No, I mean, you go back and do like the Alice's Restaurant thing where y'all do the full like 20-minute version.
Hell yeah.
All like 18 verses.
Like the Meatloaf version.
That's right.
Getting all the verses.
Yeah.
That's right. Part 2.
That's just something for when you are bored. That way, if something happens again, that would have been a good, fortunately, we're past it. That would have been a good, knee surgery project.
Mm-hmm. Right.
John can't use his leg. Just play this song for 30 minutes straight. How many times we through this progression? I mean, it's kind of,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm excited. So we got this going. And like I said, also during this time, I know Rebecca's also been having a double duty because she had to play bass on our records. So,
yeah.
So she goes from this pure artistic work to whatever, man, we'll just cut it up. It's not real.
Right.
Here's some easy drummer 3 drum tracks so you can play bass along with those until Joel finishes his. whatever, we don't care.
It was so nice to get Joel's drums after it was such a breath of fresh air.
It was just like, yeah, this will be fine. Like, dude, we could use this for real. Like, who even needs? And then it was like, as soon as the real drums came, like, okay.
It just makes sense now.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's what we needed to hear. It came
Something
out
was
nice.
missing, and oddly, it was the drums.
No, it was Joel's drumming, because honestly, like, I don't
Exactly.
feel like my drumming's much different than what the Easy Drummer thing did, because it's simple, like me.
Joel definitely. I love what he brings to it. I love the full band stuff that Brightwire's been doing, and getting to be part of that is super cool. And it's made me, work harder at playing, which is cool, which is necessary and fun. And
we're going to take credit for a lot of ways. It allowed you to focus on this more quieter record.
Exactly.
You got all of your
Right, all the angst out.
I had to get it out. Yeah, I needed an
Cool, we're
outlet.
doing this, and then when it comes time like to do the quiet stuff, you're like, oh, thank God, I need something more chill. So just
Gotta purge
making
the
sure
system.
we say you're welcome.
Thank you for the roller coaster.
Thank you,
Did we
Sam.
put special thanks to Brightwire? In
Oh,
the
so
liner? I can't remember
special.
if it's just thanks
So
or special.
special.
We are special.
Short bus included.
So another thing we were going to talk about, now that we've talked about the record, is initially came about. We're like, we've other times we've done episodes in the past with y'all. It's been like usually we did the first initial hello, and then it was like, oh, here's like what are your albums? And you were like 14. I can't remember what it was. It was something like that. But anyway, point being, one of the ideas we were going to talk about is, continuing to make music as with life changes. And I guess the first thing I was going to touch on wasn't even necessarily on that topic, but I will say something we experienced that I'm interested to see how y'all felt, especially John being, a federal worker and stuff. Like, recording was like a lot more fun this time than it's ever been in the past, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun.
It was like, man, I don't have to even acknowledge the dog shit reality that's outside my door right now. I can just make a record.
Completely obsessed
just
over
more
this
focused.
for a while.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't even tell you. Like, and I'm not gonna talk too much about what we're planning for next year because it's still in the planning phases. But we're having a bit of a creative reboot. The quantity of time that I have spent thinking about this creative reboot and about all this, I've been loading her up with riffs to write on. Like, yeah, there's a lot of reasons that we just like just drill down and focus on creativity and what we can do to help just us people around us. I'm not the bigger picture of life, can't do anything about huge things, but like focusing on creativity and arts and going to shows and doing all that stuff, and figuring out how to, like, I'm watching you and I'm like, how do you take a picture that looks good, and figuring out how to do that, reading about framing, like all these creative things that we do with our lives now that we didn't used to do before. 100%. Yeah, we're more motivated than ever to bring beauty in the world because there's so much horribleness in the world at this point, or in our world specifically, in this country. Like, it's
In our state.
yeah,
Yeah, in
and
our county.
yeah, and it's
Jeez.
it's painful. It's painful, but I've never been the kind of person that I'm going to sit on the couch and yell at the wall, or stand in the yard and yell at the passing cloud for it to get off my lawn, or whatever the case is. I'm gonna go out and do something about it and create beauty, and go listen to someone else's show, find something good that you like about someone you've never heard before, and then go tell them and talk about it. It's fun. Like, if you really focus on that kind of stuff. I mean, you and I have been swapping off, and us have been swapping on running the open mic at the old quarter.
Yeah.
And so you're hearing a lot of music 3 hours in a night.
Well, that's the main reason I try to go out. I mean, it's always hilarious when a venue posts a picture of someone who's not us as our picture we're touring, but I always try to make our Instagram and stuff as much about stuff that's happening in our music scene as anywhere else. Because we go out and see a friend play, I want to be like, dude, y'all should go check this person out. They're really good.
Yeah.
So and plus it gets me excited. Half the time I write a song, it's because I came home excited from another show.
Yeah.
And it will sound nothing like the band I went and saw. I just got that, like,
Exactly, yeah.
like, dude, I need to go write something because, like, this got me, stoked to do something.
Absolutely.
And then this year, while we're recording, while y'all are recording, while Rebecca's in your band, like playing bass in the full band thing, while Kim is singing in 4 bands. We then continued really put focus on a whole nother band called Plowtooth, and we brought a show into the world, and it was like you mostly wrote.
Which is funny, because after a year of
this year,
me being the drummer and John being the guitar player, then it was suddenly like, hold up, what if we switch?
Presto changeo.
And which I guess it worked, because it was like, at this point, I don't know, but I felt like at the beginning, like I was probably the more fundamentally sound drummer, and John was by far the better guitar player. He's like, what if we went to the things that weren't our strengths? And it really worked out.
Yeah. Really
I think the Grifters and Shills thing works for Mel because John's so like like the kick works a little more faster.
My sartorius muscles are massive.
They're so big, so big.
He has huge sartori.
They're impressive.
So I mean, and that's what's been good, just getting that creativity back, like participating in things with people, and I mean, like I haven't played guitar for fun in years. Like it's normally like we're practicing, or I'm sitting down specifically I've either written some lyrics, I need to write a chord progression that I like, or I'm just strumming around the house. I mean, it is for fun, but like singing songs about Kim, like, I don't know, going to the bathroom or the dogs.
This is all true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fair listener.
Are you going to feature that in this episode, like at the opening?
I mean, I do just make up songs on the spot about everything, and then this has been like, I get to break my electrics out and tune them down to C standard and like just riff for hours.
Yeah, so for y'all listening, like this year we would, what do we have? Like a once every 2 to 3 week practice cadence for this band Plowtooth.
Yeah.
For the last 6 months, before it was like every 6 months.
Yes, and it was mostly on Thursdays. But like I'm telling you, on the Friday after we would practice, when I woke, as I don't like take pills or whatever, but when I woke up the Friday afterwards, I felt like I took some sort of pill that makes you happy. Like I couldn't all day. I'm just blasting around through life no matter what I had to do. No matter how early I had to be at work, I'm just like, this day is fantastic. I got to write a report. It's going to be the best report I've ever written. This is going to be great.
I'm going to double space it.
It was weird. It was so weird. Like it's literally like some odd drug that you took that's not a drug. It's
like Plowtooth has like the coolest logo ever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
True, but that's a health hookup. So good. That's how we get health involved, because he does the art side of its health, man. Like my buddy Travis he did the Wizard Bears, and he came through and did that.
Dude, yeah, like we are fortunate in that realm.
It's just been fun to get something a little different happening. It's got me more excited with like Brightwire stuff. That's part of the reason. I mean, we were initially, this new Brightwire record was supposed to be a covers EP we did.
That'll happen at some point.
Songs. Yeah, we're still going to do them. Mostly just because we have cool artwork we want to use with it. We don't even care about the music. It's like, we just have to, those are going to be like online only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, we got this new band. Like, we actually have members. Like, because I mean, realistically, Joel running the venue and Rebecca, being Grifters and Shills, like, oh, well, Rebecca's doing us a favor. She doesn't really want to be doing this. And that's always my thing. Same reason it took us like 3 years to finally call Joel, or more than 3 years.
I was going to say,
since like pre-COVID, like to call him on his...
As long as I've been in a group.
I'll play drums with y'all. I was like, Joel's full of shit. Like he doesn't really
drums though.
Right, he's just being nice.
No one really wants to participate in this. So, and then when everyone did, it was like, oh, okay, well, Rebecca's going to quit. Be like, that's a lot. And it was like, no, it's like, then I think it was I can't remember which show it was, where it's like, I think I could do something with this, like add. And it was like, oh, Rebecca's thinking about how she could add stuff to the song.
I'm invested.
I was like, we need to make a fucking record now. Like,
now, stat.
We've got like 4 brand new songs. We've got these couple of covers, and there's a couple of old songs that I really want to re-record. And let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's go make it happen. And it did. And it worked out cool.
He did.
It's a great record, too. I think it's my favorite that y'all have done. And Dan, I'm not just saying that because I'm on it.
It's true. Dan did his best artwork.
I can't say enough. Because I've had y'all's CD like sitting in our kitchen, and every day I see it, like I get more drawn into like the color palette and everything.
It's really beautiful.
Oh, I know. It's one of those covers you could look at for like an hour.
Oh,
yeah.
I think we talked about that on one of our.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in it, and the point of all this is not just to make me feel better about myself, but also to show that, like, artistic endeavor has been a big thing to help us cope with the world around. So, a lot of
Absolutely.
people, if anyone's listening to the podcast, is not a musician, go do something. Just check out, man. Put your phone down. Pick up, get a coloring book, do something. Because start playing an instrument. If you're like, oh, I suck or my drawing's bad, everyone starts bad.
Yeah.
You spend 15 minutes drawing a day, like you're going to get really good in a year.
Or just go to your local music venue, especially if you don't know who it is, just go.
Yeah.
And then just commit to be there for the night and just open yourself up to whatever is there. You just never know. You never
And
know.
just watch what the people are doing, and it's just like you could learn, like, if you know how music sounds. There's so many sound dudes you run into where it's like, have you ever heard music? Like, this does not sound like music.
So true.
Like, how is this the mix you think people would want to hear? Like, have you ever listened to an album before?
If this came on, would you be okay with it?
Is your name
pleasant
Helen
for
Keller?
you?
Which I get, though, because a lot of times when you're coming fresh out of school, you're like, but my manual says that these are the optimal
50K
settings.
is way too high. I gotta
And
bring
you're
it
just
down.
like, this is not what this band would sound like, musically sounds like. So, just things like that. You can get and be involved, man. Get out there. We all have a talent, put it to use. And then the other part was, now we'll get to the point. I think we all have had, like Kim went back to work after a year and a half, because we had this point where we were all
this year was
like
crazy.
touring nonstop and going on, like getting crazy with it. Like, so we've all had kind of weird stuff happen, which I guess basically just mostly the three of y'all, but like Kim started a new job, health, newly single parent.
What's up, ladies?
Rebecca went back to school. John's, works for the federal government. He doesn't have to
can be
be
heroin.
anywhere. It probably would be good not to be more specific than that, because you don't want to be like, "We heard your podcast, Mr. Stoll." But it's just there's an interesting time. John does not endorse any of the views I've given.
Oh boy, here we go.
No, I'm just saying, but it's a difficult time to
The
work.
times
We just
they
had a
are
shutdown.
changing.
We just had a lot of weird stuff. Like, it's not a time where you feel safe or
Oh, dude, yeah. Look, I'm a
thing like
teacher,
that.
and
I mean, even where I'm at, yeah.
We
Yeah.
started a production company because it's like, we might need to have something to fall
Right,
back on.
backup plan.
Yeah, which is cool to talk about. Ways. That's kind of what I was going to bring up, like ways to do stuff when life makes changes. Being artistic despite the fact that you're going to be in school for the next couple years.
Just a year.
Oh, just
this
a
one's
year?
just a year. Yeah, but it's a long year.
Long year.
So, okay,
It feels
the-
so long already.
Well, so is it going to be done in May or?
It'll be done in September.
Okay, so that's basically 3 semesters. Yeah, so that's 2 years. Fine. I'm right.
Okay, yeah,
No, I'm
yeah. You nailed it.
that
You
was
nailed it.
No, I'm just saying, it's like, but unlike
confused.
normal college, it's an actual 365 day
Right.
run.
Yeah, no summers off, anything like
Oh,
that.
I see your calculations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, I'm more active.
4 semesters.
It's basically 4 years, crammed into 1 year.
You're basically doing, like 4 semesters, 2 years, and like one thing. But the point was, you're going to be locked down with that. Kim's
I just don't have any vacation. I'm a little
Until
upset that I don't
May,
have any vacation
maybe.
until next June. So
vacation or unemployment in May.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds real first world, but like I was used to having vacation whenever I wanted to take it. That was the only thing about that job that was good. So, and then I had a year where I could do anything we wanted, and we ran and ran and ran, and now it's like, okay, yeah,
Those were the days.
things are changing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot more to juggle, so it makes it more interesting to,
it has been interesting.
to how to try to find the time to get in there and do it. And
It isn't. It feels like we've talked about this a lot on these dog walks where we get all these ideas to do things. But like the fragility of it all, like everything like that we know last year is like now it's different this year.
Yeah.
And there's not a going back to last year. So
Nope.
you just got to kind of be okay with that and just keep going and keep creating, even though sometimes like the weight of the world, and I know you know what I'm talking about, like the weight of the world feels, we've been a couple times this year, but I'm like, why am I doing anything? Like it's pointless. Like there's nothing I can do is going to make a difference anywhere, but you got to figure that out, and everybody's got a different path to figure that out. But then all this weight kind of pulls in on you, and you're like, well, but I have these memories of like playing with y'all at Pawn Stock and like being on that stage, and like I can't handing out free Lone Stars. I mean, what an amazing day. And that didn't happen this year. It's not going to happen next year. Maybe who knows? But like the fragility thing is kind of what I'm driving to. And that it could all just go away instantly. We never know. And so like, that's why, to your point, like just go out and do it. Do anything, do something. Just listen.
I think that's why we have to make art. I was talking to a friend the other day, and she does so much. She's like in a million different bands. And I was like, how do you do all that? Like, because I genuinely want to know, because it makes me happy to, make music. And it makes my life better. But I'm not good at planning things out and like how to juggle all that. And her words to me were, I don't do anything that like takes away from my peace. So if it's fun, I'll do it. When it stops being fun, I don't do it anymore. And I think that's how you make great art, is just to not, you're only doing it for yourself,
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. You have to keep being art for art's sake. I mean, when I said the thing today, but I remember I think I may have read this before, but there was an interview with Guy Picciotto in Fugazi talking about that, why they never changed labels, and they got like Island Records made this huge play for them, and they were just like, well, we own the record label. Like, our members own the record label. Why would we, what can you give us that we can't do ourselves? Right. And it was talking about how people would sign to major labels and stuff. And then, suddenly your art, like yourself that you put into this, suddenly becomes like, it's on beer commercials and it's in TV. And, it becomes this business for all these people around you. And he goes, and it very literally makes people like suicidally depressed to have their thing that they loved and created turned into this stolen and perverted into like capitalist bullshit. Like, what can we do? What can we sell using your song?
Right.
How can we market it? How can we get another dollar out of it?
And it's kind of that. It's like, the best art is why everyone's like, I love their early records, because they were still making records for them. Right. You have these few bands that are able to keep going and do stuff, but, most of those bands sound nothing like the bands that started. It's like, well, I'm gonna do whatever I want. It's like, remember this? Like,
well, that's funny, because like there's a tour that's about to get announced, and it's Foreigner and Leonard Skinner, and there are absolutely no members of those bands on those tours. Like, they become such a corporate entity that they can put the name, put whoever in, and people are going to show up because they want to hear.
It's basically a tribute band.
Right. It's just crazy because there's no surviving original members in Leonard Skinner now, and Mick What's-His-Face isn't touring because he has Parkinson's, I believe.
Yeah.
And so it's like there really is no one from those bands, but they're still going to do a world tour with the name.
That's how their comeback tours 20 years ago.
Like, it's ridiculous.
But that's why I've always,
so much.
regardless what people said, from other things I've heard people introduce, like, I've always had this respect for Gene Simmons because he's never been a liar.
No.
Like, this is what we're doing. Those first couple Kiss records
were
just
a whole bunch of money.
Like we were doing, he goes, but we realized we made something that we're not even integral to. Like, we could put anyone in our makeup and outfits and have them run out there, and it's a business. Like, Kiss stopped being a band in like the early 70s, and it was like, or mid 70s. It was like, now it's this thing. We're like comic book characters, and it doesn't matter. Like, I can set my kids and grandkids and great grandkids up by just making this go. And a lot of people always thought he was a terrible person, but I'm like, he's not lying to you.
No, he's being honest.
Not at all.
He's not walking out like, it's so great to see everybody know. It's every time when Skinner first played here in 1974.
Yeah.
It was like this. Like, dude, half of you guys weren't even born in 74. Man.
Right.
Like, it's that whole, you're selling bullshit nostalgia.
Yeah.
Kiss was like,
something else
buy
that
our
makes
action
them happy.
figures, like, and we're gonna play, Detroit Rock City tonight. And we're gonna have some fun.
I saw Gene Simmons. He was on Ridiculousness, which is it's a news show, and he was talking about he goes, I came with this idea to sell a Kiss air guitar set. And he's like, you get a case, you open it up, it's got a pack for air guitar strings, and there's nothing in the case. $435. It's like, damn. And somebody would buy that.
But because you get those completist
it's like
people that have to own everything. But in a lot of ways, I respect that more than than like Rage Against the Machine releasing like, we're here to fight stuff, and here's our new box set where we release like all this different stuff, or go to tommorello.com and buy all these political memes that I have turned into t-shirts. I'm going to charge you $40 a pop for.
Well, that's like, 15, 20 years ago when Moby came out with the album Play. He ended up every song was picked up for some. It was bought for by different companies for different things, and people lost. That's such a sellout. And it's like, well, actually, Moby's he's like, I'm gonna make my money. You're gonna get it eventually, whether I sell it to you today and make money, or 20 years down the road when I don't own it anymore, you'll make money.
Well, it goes back to an article John said. Like, I appreciate people who are being like, this is a job.
Yeah.
But also, because then I know that I really don't have to tune into it.
Yeah, they must have some other thing that makes them happy, some other kind of art that they make.
Yeah, and it's just, that's it. Like, I want to do these other things, music's where I still make money, and it's like, I don't have to do that. So I appreciate that, but I also, like I say, I know I don't have to pay attention to their records anymore.
Right.
And I appreciate that, because it's like, I have people who are making things that they love. I don't have to be a part of that. So again, that's why I appreciate people who are just like, oh, I made this, I'm going to sell every song to this. Like that OK Go band that did like every album got sponsored by people in the mail.
Yes.
And it was like, okay, I don't ever have to listen to you because it's not for me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I always encourage people when they're like, I don't know, because people do ask us, like, I don't know anything about music. I just moved here, whatever the case is. Like I want to go out and see music. I always encourage them to go to the smaller venues and see names that you do not know. Like, if you know a name and you're like, it's this big band I remember from my youth, like, don't go see that band. I mean, if you do whatever you want, I'm not going to judge, but like go to the small venue and see the name you don't know, because there's a lot of good stuff out there. There's a tremendous amount of good music out there, but you got to dig beneath the surface, because the surface has been crowded out by all these people shoving this stuff in your face with all their numbers and their metrics and all that crap that I hate. Man, what's in this beer?
That's what
So profound.
That's what gets me too when people say, "Oh, there's no good music anymore." It's like, well, but you're also not willing to venture outside of names that you know and things you're familiar with, and things that are handed to you. I mean, it takes a little work to find it, but there is so much good music out there.
But we're used to being spoon-fed. I mean, at least I was.
Exactly.
But
It's
the truth of the
common.
matter is, and I've brought this up before, and I've done it at work. I remember the interview that we watched, the Same Soft Focus show that's at John Day, but we were talking about with Buzz Osborne. It was like, there's no such thing as a golden era of anything.
No.
He goes, you get the music from the 60s and 70s got distilled down, where the canon that you're getting from the people you like are things you will enjoy. But go pull up the top 10 songs the year, and it's like, people talk about how grunge like killed hair metal stuff. Go pull up, like, even when In Utero came out, like, there were still like Poison.
Oh yeah.
So, like, these people were still around. They were still in the top 20.
Yeah.
And it was like it kind of became like what the media pushed out, but people were still buying these records. And there was a lot of, and honestly, Nevermind was probably up against like Spice Girls and stuff like that. Like, Graham probably a few years off. But you know what I'm saying? New Kids on the Block were probably right there with them. Like, literally, New Kids on the Block and Guns N' Roses were like in the same charts. And it's like, there's always been shit. Pop music has always populated the charts. One band breaks through and you're like, man, remember when music was great?
Yeah.
Remember when like the top 10 was MC Hammer and Gerardo and Vanilla Ice, and man, that was 1991, that was the year.
Pretty solid, yeah.
And it's like, well, that's when Pearl Jam came out. Nevermind's like, no, but what was big, what was in the top 10 was none of this.
Yeah.
Like, Smells Like Teen Spirit went up there right next to like Rico Suave and Ice Ice Baby.
Killer tracks right there.
That's why I always say, like, whatever's the thing that's popular, like, dig down. Like, there's always something else going on that, like, just got to find it.
Because, I mean, even you look at like some of the scenes that blow up, some of the most exciting bands were the bands that weren't sellable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of those bands got picked up, but the bands I listen to from the Seattle movement to this day, bands I listen to regularly are like, like Mudhoney.
Oh, yeah.
I still listen to Tad.
Screaming Trees.
Yeah, Screaming Trees, like Melvin, stuff like that, who were bands that got picked up in that whirlwind, but also just, they weren't marketable enough.
Right.
They weren't going to do it. They weren't going to go on Rolling Stone. They weren't hot enough. They weren't going to do all their weird stuff. And it's like, that's it. There's this whole scene that comes out. There were a lot of exciting bands that came out of the hair metal scene that didn't make it up. That, and there was people out of all these scenes. There were like speed hard rock bands that were in that scene, but it was like all the ones that dress like women and
Right,
wear
question.
makeup and
Is that
write the
dude or
songs.
chick?
Write the songs about partying all night and just banging randos.
Right.
Those are the ones that are going to make it because it's easier to sell to people
Much
who don't
easier.
like music.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fine because, pop music, I get that I like music. And I always compare it to like people who like food, I will eat. I have this week eaten Taco Bell twice in one day. I just don't,
Twice in one
you
day.
look at me and you're like, yeah, you fat fuck.
Right.
But,
That body's built on Taco Bell.
but I'm just saying, there are people who are like, I'm really into food. And I think it's okay to not, like, I like music.
Yeah.
Like, I love putting on the radio or whatever. And that's good. That's fine. There's no bad part of that. I think it's important that you have the mass-produced stuff for the people who just passively like it. But at the end of the day, if that's what you're into, if you're a foodie, you like, we're musicies, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
Muses?
I like that.
Muses.
So it's like we want to go find like the music that means something, like songs that have good lyrics, songs that are going to make me feel something.
Yeah.
And not everyone's looking for that. It's like, I just want something to put on while I'm barbecuing, dude.
Right. Some people it's like people that put on TV shows in the background while they're doing something.
Sure.
It's like white noise to them. There are people that do that. I can't do that. Like if I'm playing music, I'm invested in, even when I'm doing art. Like I want to know what's going on. And it drives me crazy sometimes. So sometimes I'll be totally silent in my studio space. Because I gotta focus on this art for
But
a minute.
if you're at your barbecue and you're like, I just want something on in the background, you got like people coming over your house. I'm just saying, it's the coolest feeling in the world to have a song that on, and someone comes up and say like, what is this? I really like it. And
Yeah.
for you to tell them a name they haven't heard before and they put it in their phone, like, because
Right.
you know
And
something.
that's where you
best.
find
You're all like-
people that
That's the
really like music. You're like,
Yes.
this is a person who might really like music.
Yes.
Right, you're like, this is the Ghost Fleet by Grifters Shills.
It's amazing.
Check it out.
Right.
That would not go well with a barbecue. I just
you know what?
I
You'd be
don't know.
surprised.
Maybe.
I think,
Life is so
I
surprising.
usually try to avoid my old man takes, but I think one of the problems we're dealing with now, especially people at our level and peers of ours who are a little bit bigger or quite a bit bigger, it's kind of like, back in the old days, you could go find like fanzines or Maximum Rock and Roll or Cream magazine before, and even before Rolling Stone was just like a big MTV ad. And I say MTV like the bands that would or have been on there.
Yeah.
And it's like, but nowadays, if you try to find even things online, they're so bought up by ads
Yeah.
from major labels. It's like, oh, dude, here's like an independent music site. Why the fuck are they reviewing the new Taylor Swift record? I know.
Right.
Like, why is
Right.
that on here? Because, well, that's how the only way we'll bring some people in and they may find us. So it's like, no, it shouldn't be. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, all you're doing is you're getting a bunch of asshole kids drive up numbers looking for this. They're not going to look for anything else.
No,
You
it's
just
a one and
gotta-
done.
You got to talk to people. It's word of mouth. You got to you've turned us on to so much good music I would have never heard about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
When it's your friends, like I have a
Yeah.
friend who we know from playing at another venue out of town, and she'll send me musical recommendations.
Yeah.
That's what my music friends do. Like I'll just wake up to like a random link, and that's how I start my day.
Well, like last time we were traveling, we went to Nebraska. I had this cattle decapitation shirt on, and like some dude at a gas station, like, "Oh my God, is that a cattle shirt?" And it starts throwing all these other bands, and I'm making notes like, "Well, if he
Heck
likes
yeah.
this crazy band, and it worked." You go
Have you
listen to
heard
them, it's like,
this?
"Ah, they're pretty good."
No, and that's fun stuff to go through. And again, like we used to always laugh back when I did music press stuff. Most of the shows I covered is like, I want to see that opening band.
Yeah.
And I'd always be like the only person there. I remember our friend that used to, so it's like, always have to come in early when you do a show. And she used to be like, hey, you're annoying. It used to be like, I'd have to show up for the photographers when like, this band played. But you're like, I really want to see the first opener on the bill.
That's true. That happened to us at Fitzgerald's upstairs. Who did we? Was it Devil Mix 3?
It was Devil Mix 3
Devil Mix 3, and we
Brown
showed up-
Bird opened.
Brown Bird opened, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is, but we showed up for them, and they just blew us away. I mean, like,
They're tremendous. They're still my favorite band.
unknown to us opening act, and
Yeah.
they're just like killed. Like,
That's always just the like, what the hell did I just see?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had that happen. There's no more magical moment. Like, I'll go back to like Samantha Crane at Whitewater. I mean, we had stood in there for people. My feet hurt. And I just got a beer. I'm going to go out there and bullshit with our friends that all meet up at this thing in Little Rock. We don't see each other very often. And, there's this little 5 foot nothing girl standing there, and I'm like, okay, let's see what she does. And then it was just like,
You were willing to give her a chance.
right. But I mean, I stood there, I did there, the dude, like, I mean,
Crossed arms.
I was totally the dude.
Right.
Like, bearded mute guy with arms crossed, like I'm Henry Rollins in my black t-shirt.
Angry body language.
With my beer in my hand. I'm just
Wow.
like,
Impress me.
and then, what do you have? Like I have some sort of right, But then it was like, I remember after the first song, I was just like, God damn. And she just kind of smirked. And then, that 30 minutes just like,
Flew by.
I can't, it's one of those where it's like, bam, and it was over.
Did you uncross your arms? I don't remember.
I just stood there. Probably, I don't think I had the mindfulness to uncross them. I was just like, that's okay. That song too.
Like stunned.
So Samantha Crane was the keymaster to your gatekeeper.
Oh, God.
That's
Maybe.
a Ghostbusters reference.
Oh,
There you go.
Didn't know that.
That's a
I just
throwback.
laughed at. Well, we were talking the other night. With Todd Snyder dying. Unfortunately, we went and saw the Nervous Rex years ago. Where Will Kimbrough used to play guitar for him and stuff, and I had to move one day, and I had to go to our friend Kenny Pipes that did Almost Austin. Will Kimbrough was playing there, and I went and I was having like back spasms. I'd like literally moved an apartment like by myself, and I'm like, one more song. I'm going to go. One more song. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's my last song. Because I kept being like, I got to stay one more.
Right? Just one more.
Like, dude, I can make it through one more. Like, that was so good. I can't leave. For that 3.5 minutes, I forgot that anything hurt. And then it'd be like, the song would end, I'd be like, okay, I think I can make one more. And it's like, but those are those magical moments that's like, this is why I come back.
Right.
Just to sit there and go like, damn.
Yeah.
It's like us seeing Slim Cessna's Auto Club in Colorado.
Ooh,
Same
we
thing.
didn't bring it up. They did, but agreed.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm like, I feel bad for poor Elaine because she's probably like, I'm going to tell me the story again. But I mean, that was just, it's where we realized how close we all were because it was like there wasn't a word spoken. Everyone, like separately, just we all made eye contact.
Like
in the
across-
same.
Like
Across the
5
vineyard,
prairie
like-
dogs.
Exactly.
We just kind of looked and everyone had that kind of fear in their eyes at first. And it was like,
We're good.
and then everyone just turned back to the stage. It was like, understood that we are not leaving until the last note.
However long this goes.
Yeah.
Is how long.
We'd all just had a conversation during the break about how tired we were.
Right.
And we were just going to
We'll
give it
watch
one more
Stay a
three-
couple songs and get back to the
I know
room.
that. I know that. What is it? That's how we do things in the country song. Well,
Yeah.
I'll hang out and watch a
See how it
couple,
goes,
and then it was
right.
just like, don't move.
Right.
Like we can't ever leave.
It's like, what in the actual fuck am I seeing? This is
Right.
great.
Don't want to
Just
leave.
tremendous.
Well, the article that you sent us, John, on the creation of art being the solution for the direction we're headed in now, it made me think of, and this is so silly because I know this is commercialized, but one of my favorite lines in the movie or the musical Rent is, the opposite of war isn't peace, it's creation.
Nice.
And I don't know where we are if we're not at war right now, like with ourselves. So
Oh, it's a
We ran out of
multi-front
people to be at war with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the whole thing's a war. It's just all this. What was
Yeah.
that dice from Dungeons and Dragons? How many, like the octa, whatever?
20-sided.
That's how many
20
sides of
sided
the.
I don't play. I just know.
Same. I'm with you.
His name is Health. He plays.
I can help
You can find me at Shut the Hell Up.
They interviewed the dudes from South Park where they were talking about that. Like, well, why are you focusing on politics so much this episode? He's like, because it's pop culture now. Like, there's no more line. Like,
Yeah.
our politics is solely pop culture.
Yeah.
That's why everything's kind of become a mess. It's all about these TV personalities that are somehow have taken over our government that are fucking morons.
Dude,
And it's like we're stuck with these people who are just like, well, I saw them on a reality show, or they're the idiot on Fox News that
Yes.
gets drunk, and that should be the people we put in
dude,
there.
the head of our transportation department is a guy from the Real World and Road Rules.
So I have
that's
to put my head
disturbing.
down and
Makes
create
sense.
something.
The person who's
or
killing the Department
my
of
head is gonna
Education is,
explode.
Yes.
the wife of
WWE.
fucking wrestling people. It's like, okay,
This is not real.
this isn't,
No.
hey, we're going to have this blogger, we're going to have this podcaster be one of the co-people in the FBI.
Sounds like a good idea.
What could go wrong?
Right.
And it's just like, this is embarrassing. And I don't care what side, if you're not looking at this and embarrassed,
Yeah.
how can you not be? I mean, if they were just like, dude, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put, our next president's going to be Jon Stewart.
Carrot Top.
Right.
I'm putting money on
It'd be
Carrot
just as
Top.
bad.
Next to him, we'll put, I don't know, the our Department of Defense guy will get the liberal redneck guy that does the videos on social media, and it's like I would be just as mortified, and it would be just as messed up because all these people have no fucking clue what they're doing.
Well, it's like I feel like the next campaign, all of it will be shot in someone's Ford F-150, like as they're talking to the camera.
Right.
I feel like that's coming, and I was like, I don't want that. You know, it's weird.
Right.
Going viral, baby.
Going viral.
And the backing track would be, what's that Ass in the Sand song from 20 years ago, whenever it was?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think that's also a good way to describe this is the people who were like, well, I listen to music because I don't want to deal with the world and politics. It's like, well, then you're not interested in the art.
Yeah.
So we're not, I would tell you straight up, we're not for you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I get it. We're not I've always said about Brightwire, I know that, you know, I feel bad because I know Grifters Shills is an apolitical project. But it's always been inferred in a lot of our lyrics, I feel like, at least. Like, I don't not mention socio-political things. I don't come out and be like, you know, fuck the government. But there's enough, there's characters and stuff, and the you know, societal issues are enough to show, like, where we stand on things. And I think that's the smartest way to do it because it kind of makes people think about others and be empathetic. But the worst thing, like, I don't want people who are like, I don't want to hear real life in my songs. Well, it's like, then it's not for you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to give you some Disney bullshit. Like, it's just not what's going to happen.
There's plenty of that out there that they can consume, and you know, we don't owe them that. And
that's the thing. Just because people don't explicitly get on stage and rant and rave politically does not mean they're not political bands. You know, go back to another Ian MacKaye thing. It's like everything you do is political.
Oh, yeah.
Every single thing you do. Where you shop, the fact that you don't talk about it just means you're passive and allowing it to take place. Like, you know, there's nothing you can do that doesn't affect everything. So, yeah. To be
Get
happy.
off my lawn.
Well, I'm just saying, but it really is. If you're like, I don't want to pretend it's not there, well, that means you just decided not to participate and let what's happening happen without any sort of,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. And I will say that I definitely did that for a very long time. So you have an awakening and change your ways.
Just important. People are going to listen to this like, oh, man, I wish they'd shut up. But, you know, whatever. You can have your money back.
that's right.
Joke's on you. We're not making any money.
Right? I know. That's what I'm saying. We're poor.
That's skip buttons right there. It didn't
And
cost
that's
anything.
why. But
You can skip
We're
to the
poor because of our
Joe
opinions.
Rogan experience at any time you'd like.
still don't think I did a very good job of covering the how life changes did things. But, you know, we did pretty good. We talked about things.
Oh yeah.
Anything else? I probably took over there for a while, but whatever. I had my rants.
It's okay to rant, babe.
But, all right. So, to recap real quick, see if we got anything else. We go through things to talk about. Ghost Fleet album release party in 3 days, which is December 6th,
Which
8
is a
p.m.
Saturday.
at the Old Quarter. Show starts at 8:30 with Gabe Wooten. I'm guessing Grifters and Shills will start about 9:15.
I think Gabe's going to do about 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, if I had to sit through
yeah.
more than 30 minutes of Gabe, I'm going to leave.
I love Gabe. He's
Nah, I'm joking.
oh my
Gabe's
god, he's
I'm just gonna be
amazing.
pissed if he doesn't
Grifters
bring
Shills
any
is gonna
gumbo.
play.
Oh, it was
I didn't
so
get
good.
any gumbo.
Oh my god, it was so
Oh,
good.
it was really good.
We're talking about gumbo that was given to us at the end of the Old Quarter Festival, which we had just worked for
Alley
several
gumbo.
days. And we were like limping out of there on sore feet, and he's like, here's gumbo.
Oh my god.
And we went home and we had 2 a.m., 3 a.m. gumbo.
2 a.m.
That's the
gumbo.
best kind of gumbo.
That's really
And I
the only
realized
way to do
I
it.
texted him a picture because I was just about to sit down to gumbo, and I had it in my hand, and I looked down and I had a Ben Hall shirt on. So I texted him a picture. I was like, it all goes in the gumbo.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh my
It was a
god.
perfect
That's something
moment.
we didn't really talk about, man, was the Old Quarter Festival.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was, I don't think I've ever been more tired in my entire life.
I'm still
Yeah.
not. I mean, I'm starting to recover.
It was worth it.
I was surprised how physically beaten up I was. Like, I was just exhausted. Sunday,
Yeah.
I woke up and I'm like, I cannot do anything. I'm done.
Well,
Fully done.
it was a 3-day deal. And Rebecca and I, we played, and then of course Brightwire played once at the Old Quarter, and then also in the Naked Iguana.
Yeah, then we ran sound all day, and their idea, they turned the AC off because it was cool in the morning. And then when they turned it back on, it didn't start back up. So it was just like, so we're all sweaty. And it's like, all right, now the work starts. The actual festival's about to start.
Yeah.
But then and so Rebecca and I did sound in Naked Iguana Thursday, and then we ran the Proletariat, 8 bands in there. Well, 7, and one of them us. Friday, Saturday. But then a couple weeks before, I learned that it was desired if a trailer for the documentary was to be played. So I was like,
It was promised on your behalf, if I recall.
So I was working nights, or 5 a.m. I'd get up and go upstairs and work on it. And then at the very last minute, I was like, we should debut it at the, figure out the projector at the Naked Iguana. Cool. So did all that and played it. And it was a neat moment. It
was a beautiful moment.
It was a neat people were, there were more than a few tears because of Rex passing. And so it was cool. But I was like, by the time that was all done, I was just like, I don't take, hard drugs. But I kind of considered it because I was like, this would be kind of nice. What's that, Xanax or the Adderall, whatever it is, whatever's the thing that makes you not feel
relax.
feelings.
You don't need Adderall, dear.
It's called Prozac.
Yeah, whichever is that, just all of them.
Yeah.
It's all
Put them in a
little
blender.
cocktail.
Oh my god.
Xanax kind of takes the vibe out, but you'd have been just out cold if you'd done that.
Yeah.
You want the Adderall that's basically
No,
legal
Sam,
meth.
you want the Adderall.
It's like trucker
Oh, God.
speed.
If I don't have
Stoll doesn't need Adderall.
I don't.
But I was going to point out one thing in Joel's defense when John said he got up at 5 a.m. and started working on this trailer. When John was mixing our record, things would start coming in. 6 a.m. All right, I remixed everything. What do you think? It's like, what the fuck? Why are you up?
He does it. This guy wakes up and he's up, out of bed, working.
Because I wake up at 4 and I'm like, I can't get this thing off my mind. The only way to get it off my mind is to go deal with it.
Done.
So-
Yeah.
There's me, and then there's the rest of the band and John, where I'm the one. All right, I don't have to be up for work at 7, but at 3 a.m. I'm like, this is the last edits.
Yeah, I get
Y'all are
emails.
getting, because I can't go to sleep.
Sam's not an early riser; he's a late worker.
That's
doing
me
a
too.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Wordle,
Yeah.
and I get
I
Sam
remember
emailed me.
Kim, when I first got with Kim, when I worked for the University of Houston, when we had, install projects, and I'd be like, I have to go back. At 10 o'clock at night, I have to fix this tonight. I can show up later. I'm not going to sleep tonight if this is not done.
The first time it happened, I literally, we were already in bed, and I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I gotta go." I
Kim's
was
like, who is she?
"Okay."
Right.
Not even close. I was just like, okay, this guy's a fucking psycho. He gets obsessed.
Well, yeah, I do that, but it's how we end up with all of our stuff. And John's the opposite. John's like, I'm going to go sleep. I'm going to get up really early. I'm going to do this.
I can't not. Around whenever it's bedtime, 10:30, I'll start to ask her. I'm gibberish talking.
He gets
the Purple
delirious.
Dolphin told me one time that 3K was.
It's like when you have a slumber party with your
Yeah.
John
friends
is one of
Exactly,
these, is
exactly.
a magical human being that can just put his head down.
and sleep.
I've been a grandpa my whole life.
Oh
Anyway.
no! I walked in the
It's like
living
he
room
slept
the other
15
day.
minutes and got up.
I walked in the living room the other day, and he was literally sitting in a chair asleep. And I walked by and was like, "You look like a grandpa right now."
Give him a little footstool.
That
Right.
was
I think that was the Sunday after the festival.
I think it was.
I was considering walking across the room. I was like, I can't.
that Sunday.
tired.
Sleeping like a grandpa.
But it was great to see what the machine can still do. We're all going to die.
Uh-huh.
And it's oh, God. All right,
We're all
man.
getting older.
We'll go ahead and start winding it down so we can talk more about the grandpa stuff off the air. We've been asking everybody this question this year, and we'll ask you all the same, especially if you're talking about music people need to check out. So you can each name one or, more if you feel inclined. What's your favorite podcast? Or not your favorite, what's a podcast you recommend, a book you recommend, and an artist or album you recommend? We'll let John go first.
Off the top of my head, what are the things again? I'm sorry.
Podcast?
Podcast. I haven't been on a lot of podcasts. I've been taking some comfort in listening to Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast recently because he's insane and he still breaks boundaries, and I like it.
We accept that. All right, Rebecca, your podcast.
My go-to, and it has been my go-to for a while, is that Against the Odds. I freaking love this podcast. It's like long form survival story, basically.
Oh, cool.
And it's, I mean, I can binge that. Even ones I've listened to, like I will go back and re-listen to them because it's just so well done, and the stories are always like insane. And I love that. Against the Odds. It's my favorite.
All right. Now we'll stay with Rebecca and we'll just make
Okay.
it a book.
Earlier this year, I read, I believe it was called Black Orchard by Chuck Wendig, and I had never read any of his stuff, and I went ahead and read a lot more of his stuff after that. He's a great horror writer who I had never heard of, but he's apparently done a lot. Just a great descriptive writer, really sucks you in to the scene and the story. Highly recommend that.
We do like horror books.
Yeah, I know. All right, John.
Book. So I don't know if audiobook and book are the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same.
So for audiobook, I can't remember the name. It was a nuclear war book by Annie somebody.
Annie Jacobs.
Yes.
Okay.
It was called Nuclear War.
A nuclear war. Yeah, ridiculous. Very upsetting. Not good if you're not like okay with yourself. For a book, The Music Lesson by Victor Wooten, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Very good. I'm not done with it, but it's very good.
All right, then we'll stay with John for musical artist or album.
Yeah, artist or album. Oh my God. So this I've got too many. There's several little songs. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the Acacia Strain. They're currently releasing a new album right now. And it's not my favorite genre. Like I kind of have to be in the mood because it's deathcore, so you have to really be in the mood for it. But the Acacia Strain, they have found ways to become heavy by not doing things, and so their current album is it's deathcore, but they're deleting parts, and the drums will come in and like they're creating heaviness by using white space. And it's one of the most creative things I've heard in a long time. In a sphere where I wouldn't think, what else can be done in deathcore? You yell as loud as possible, and there's no dynamic range in the music. But they've figured out how to do it, and it's pretty cool.
Solid.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, Rebecca.
This year, one of the earlier festivals we played this year, I heard Lucas Wayne, and I had never heard him, and he is, I don't know, he blends like the country, the rockabilly, and like soul on top of that, and I was so astonished by what he did compositionally and vocally. I mean, his voice is otherworldly, and just the way that he composed songs, absolutely astonishing, and I really enjoyed listening to him. He was a great new discovery for me this year.
Nice. All right.
That's awesome.
Well, then on that note, is there anything we left out that y'all feel like we should discuss, or y'all satiated?
The only thing I can think of is Ghost Fleet release on December 6th.
It's a Saturday.
It's a
Saturday.
3 days after the 3rd.
And
That's
then
3.
And Brightwire's putting out an album February 21st. I guess that's the release date.
It's also a Saturday.
20th will be the release date. It's when it'll hit stream. We do it weird. Like, yeah, the Friday before will be the physical release date and everything, and then streaming gets it a week after.
Cool.
If you buy it, you get it early.
Cool.
Nice.
That's the only thing I can think of was that Brightwire release.
We're calling it now. Plowtooth virtual 7-inch done in 3 weeks. No, I'm just playing.
Hey,
Get John.
bite your tongue.
I'm just teasing John.
He's going to be up at
We're
5
gonna make this
a.m.
happen. Right. But that'll be coming in some point in 2026.
Yeah, you heard him say he still hasn't recovered yet.
Plowtooth virtual 7-inch 2026 going down.
Hell yeah.
So those of you who don't know, a virtual 7-inch
Is what I call my penis.
Sides, 2 songs.
Oh, just 2? Okay.
I guarantee we release 2 songs in 2026.
Nice.
If I have to go get Easy Drummer 3 to make it happen.
You're not.
I need to get a work shirt with Easy Drummer 3 on the tag.
That would be great.
Name on the album.
If John quits, it's still coming out. John's like, these songs are whack. I can't play drums to this one.
Oh,
Too
he
bad.
won't quit. He won't quit. He
But
loves it too much.
I'm joking. All right. Is there anything, Kim Health, that you would like to throw in? As
Can't
former
think of
people
anything.
who've played with Grifters and Shills, but not me. So
I mean, I had a lot of fun. Thank you for asking me to sing on that song on Ghost Fleet.
Oh, of course.
Belvedere is a really pretty song.
Yes.
They are all really pretty songs. So
Thanks.
I'm excited.
I just want to say it was great getting to see them as a featured artist last week at Folk the League City Folk Association. I thought it was a really
because
great
it did
set.
sound really good out.
It was good, man.
Yeah.
Like, it
Thanks.
was
Cool.
like, I was like, man, I'm lucky to be friends with these people. I really don't deserve this.
Right.
Shit.
My favorite is when we're at a show of theirs and we're in the audience and somebody we don't know will like, you know, they'll see us like singing along or whatever, and then we'll catch them and they'll look at us and they'll just be like, I know we're so good.
Oh my God.
So good.
It blows my mind.
Bruh.
It blows my mind that we get to do any of this and we get to do it with all y'all, and that's my favorite part.
So much fun.
All right, K-Money.
Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening to episode 74, Music in the Minor League. We'll be back next week with The Morning Coffee. We're interested to talk to him and see what's going on up in the Northeast. But for now, that's all we got. Again, if you like the podcast, please share it with some friends. Help us get the word out. Let's pack the seats, man, for John and Rebecca and Grifters and Shills and Gabe Wooten over at Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe, man. Let's do it. All right, to close it out, here's another song from Ghost Fleet. This one's called Man I'm Nothing Like. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next week. Later.
Well, I long for far more to see. I knew a bigger life sat out there somewhere waiting for me. So I turned away from my home. Figured the one way to figure it out was out on my own. Family fades, distances grow, and we waste some good years learning lessons we already know. There's always much more down between the lines. Like those men from the war with old memories different than mine, and a legacy he never thought that I'd ever find. Ain't nothing he ever denied, and nothing he owed. There'll always be more to that story than I'll ever know. Just part of a much larger truth I'd never believed, that the man that I ain't nothing like is a whole lot like me. Yeah, the man that I ain't nothing like is a whole lot like me. Ain't a word that captures the sound when the brass from that bugle rings out in an East Texas town. Starry night sky placed in my hand. I'll think about it the rest of my days, but I won't understand. Ain't nothing he ever denied, and nothing he owed. There'll always be more to that story than I'll ever know. Just part of a much larger truth I'd never believed, that the man that I ain't nothing like is a whole lot like me. Yeah, the man that I ain't nothing like is a whole lot like me. stone is more than we are. Just like the make of a man is much greater than metals and stars. Lived half of my life before I would find that we carry along so much more than we leave behind. And that face looking back in my mirror is more than just mine. Ain't nothing